Wouldn't be a Wednesday without some shout-outs, now would it? Okay. Now these, there's a little bit of different ones here and there, you know, like normal. I hope you'll go check these out. Some you may find interesting, others you may not give a fly and flip about, and that's okay. Okay? The first one is Craftably Ever After. This is Cassandra, and she does a lot of crochet amigurumi. So apparently, I stepped my foot into it, and Crystal, and April Lee of Be Wowed by April Lee suggested, yes, I should do more amigurumi. And yes, that's on my plate. The next channel is By Heart's Desire. There are just some interesting things there to see. Then there is Crochet Cats. And this lady does left-handed crochet tutorials. Yes! And she is left-handed. You know, like Terry. Then there is Sharon's Crochet Designs for Oneness. And she does a lot of tutorials as well. Then there is Cats Meow Designs. This is Jasmine, and she does crochet tutorials. Then there is KimlvsArty. She does quite a few different things. Check her out. There is Maureen with My Crochet Story. And this next young lady is Australian. And I found her through Judy at Witch Piece Crafts. And that is Nifty Knitting and Crochet by Suze. And her name is actually Suzanne. And she has some beautiful makes. Now, I don't know about you, but I love seeing what our people make from different countries, because you get to see some of the yarns that they have available that we don't ever get to see, and you think, wow, that is stunning. I mean, you know, here in the U.S., yeah, we have hand-dyed, you know, that we can get from the fancier yarns. But then again, you know, when we have a lot of yarns that are just practical yarns, acrylic, you know, we have box stores. Or you go to some place like Yarnspirations, Lion Brand, you know, those kind of places to get those box store things in. So I find it neat to be able to see the different yarns that they get. Then there is also HillBlam Crafts. This is Susie. She is another Australian chick, so check her out. Then there is Amanda Jane Davies. What's with the nose lately? Amanda Jane Davies. Now, the reason I mentioned her, she is knitting. She is doing a knitting challenge. I'm sure crochet is fine, but there is a hashtag on Instagram that is called #KnittingWithUkraine. And you can choose any pattern you want as long as it's a Ukraine designer. Doesn't have to be paid for, can be free, but they do need to be Ukrainian. So if you're going to do that, display them, you know, on that hashtag on Instagram. Make sure it comes from a Ukrainian designer. This is how we show solidarity with other people. So, yeah. Now, exercise. I'm going to tell you about my exercise. It has been so hot here that by the time, 9 o'clock at night, it's still in the high 80s, 90s. And sometimes I don't get up early enough because I don't sleep well, so that I may wake up at 1:30, 2:30 in the morning, and I'm up for 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, can't get back to sleep, and then come downstairs, sit in the chair, fall asleep for 4 or 5 hours, and then by the time I wake up, it's still too hot. It's already gotten too hot to walk. So, this is what I did. I went to Walmart and I walked up and down each and every aisle. Yes, that's how I got my exercise. I don't know what the security person watching the camera thought, but I did run into someone who kind of laughed because I kept running into her. And on one of the aisles, she finally asked me, she's one of those runners that's picking up the items that you're buying, you know, to pick up. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, it's too hot to walk outside, so I'm getting my steps in." And she goes, "What do you mean you're getting your steps in?" I said, "Well, I'm getting my steps in." I said, "So I'm just walking up and down the aisles." And there is a app on most phones called Pedometer that you can get that'll register your steps. And she was like, "I didn't know you could do that." And she goes, "I feel like I walk 20 miles sometimes at the end of the day." And she probably does. So, yeah, so that was a little interesting. I got stopped. Now, this other young lady, a lot of her videos are about cooking, different recipes. I'm assuming she is Indonesian, maybe Indian. I'm not sure because I didn't look at the recipes real closely. But her name is called Nishfit. But she also has a lot of shorts that have workouts, even for those in a chair. So, and she's got one, and I actually saw this on Instagram, and it was 1,000 steps in 10 minutes. And it was very interesting. It's very short, but she's got all kinds of workouts like that to do with those. And those are all shorts, so you can look at them, see them, and go great. This next channel I learned about from Seta was Seta's VSG. And it is growwithjo. Now, she has a lot of different workouts, from dance, weightlifting, just walking, all kinds of things for exercise. So that's a good option if you're stuck in the house, especially while it's all hot. Who wants to walk out there that hot? I'm sure, I mean, I have walked out there when it's that hot, but then I got back in and was totally exhausted and probably shouldn't have walked outside during that time. Now these next two are, this next one is simply about drawing, pencil drawing. Well, she does pencil drawing, watercolor, paint, all kinds of things. And that is in the studio with Michelle Weber. She has a lot of videos. One of the first videos that I watched is 10 mistakes to avoid when drawing. And I'm going to provide that link down below underneath the link to her channel as well. And of course, for you, those of you that want to look into other crafts, drawing, painting, watercolor, all those kind of things, photography, there's always Craftsy, there's always Skillshare. You know, if you happen to have one of those subscriptions, and I think recently Craftsy was running their year-long thing for $2.49 for a year, where you get access to all the videos. So I don't know if it's still going on, but you might want to check it out and see if it is. Might be worth $2.49. Now I do make sure that I know when I'm going to renew for that, because you don't want to be dumbstruck by how much it costs when it comes time for that. So yeah, that is it for the shoutouts today. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll see you guys again soon. Remember, be kind to one another, love one another, love yourself. Get out there and see this great big beautiful world we live in. And it is beautiful. It's just we need to take the time to enjoy it. See you guys soon. Bye.